do you have an example now? You're saying you got one that's getting close to 2,000 words. What is that draft essay based on? Like, what's the word in the, what's the key term?
So for example, Macbeth, if you know it, like there was
Which
a question
one,
about sort of Macbeth.
Yeah, Macbeth.
Shakespeare.
Yep.
Yeah. There was a question about sort of like ambition, and that I sort of like built my base essay on that.
Great.
But then the question sort of like deviated towards more like fate and sort of like to what extent is Macbeth responsible for his downfall, kind of thing. So like I guess there were certain elements of the question of like the inevitability downfall question that I couldn't really address purely from my ambition-based essay. Yeah, so I was just wondering, like, should I like, so when I'm adapting the my essay to fit that question, is it just a matter of fact of just like trying to fit in ambition and trying to fit in that sort of base essay better into the question, or should I like sort of leave quotes as I do now?
Yeah, see, I would limit your reliance on those additional quotes, because it's kind of giving you a way out of thinking about how what you already have could relate to the new question. So I would go more for trying to adapt what you already have and then take into account the exceptions. But I would say that's probably something you can work on. It's not like, because otherwise it's implying that you've exhausted it and like there's no possible way that what you had could link to that other question. So even when you say that, when you say ambition and then the new question was downfall, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that to me sounds like they directly relate, don't they?
Yeah. It's just like,
it's just how you word it. It's how you, and sorry to interrupt, I was just going to elaborate. It's just how you word it. So you don't keep saying ambition. Imagine if you changed all of the parts of your essay that said ambition and you relate it, and sometimes you'll say ambition, of course, but imagine if they all became things to do with the downfall and how an excess of ambition rendered that downfall inevitable. And then that was always the thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
So suddenly you're always talking about downfall, which is the focus of the new question, and you've linked it to the core concept that you wanted to explore in your draft essay.
Yeah. Right.
Right. And if there's that other element that you mentioned, like fate, again, I would have to see the exact question, but I'm sure you could find spots. It's not about having the right quotes. We don't want to get caught up on quotes and thinking, oh, this is the perfect quote for fate. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about having a solid argument that progresses from a problem to the consequence to the resolution. You've chosen to use ambition a lot within that framework, but we could just easily sub out all of that or relate it to any other question and say, okay, the problem is there was excessive ambition, which makes his downfall inevitable. So that's the adapt in, and then you can work out how fate relates in. But I think it's very rare that you would need to have all these backup quotes for certain questions. It's try not to look at it like this quote is perfect for this word. Like this word is good for downfall. This quote's good for fate. This quote's good for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try and be a little bit more flexible with it and just practice how you can like create relationships between what you've already said in your explanation and the new key term.